Before any surgery, adults who are able to decide about their own health care must give informed consent. Informed consent is when patients are given information about what will happen before, during and after their surgery, the benefits and risks of the surgery, and any other treatment options, including the option of doing nothing. Patients then consider this information and to decide to consent or not to consent for themselves. When this isn't done well, it can lead to patient dissatisfaction, a breakdown of the doctor-patient relationship, and even legal proceedings. Lots of methods have been developed and tested to improve the consent process. To make sure they work, researchers need to look at the effects these methods have on patients. Researchers do this by measuring outcomes. Examples of outcomes in consent research are how much of the consent information a patient can remember, or how satisfied the patient feels about their consent. We do not know the best way of helping patients to give their informed consent, or why one method might be better than another. This is because researchers have measured too many different outcomes in different ways. It also seems that the outcomes used by researchers up to now may not be the things that patients feel are most important. To solve this problem, we would like to develop a list of outcomes that accurately reflect how good a technique for undertaking consent really is. This is called a core outcome set. So far, we have made a list of all outcomes reported in research on informed consent over the past 25 years. This is what has been measured. Then, we spoke with patients, doctors, medical solicitors and consent researchers to develop a list of outcomes that could be measured. Now, we need you to think about all of these outcomes. We would like you to rank how important each of the outcomes would be to measure in future research, comparing one method for undertaking the consent process compared to another. This will help us to develop the core outcome set. Don't worry if you don't understand the wording of any outcome. You can hover over or click on an outcome to read an explanation. A score of 1 to 3 indicates that you don't think that outcome is particularly important. A score between 4 to 6 means you think the outcome is important but not critical to measure in all future research evaluating the consent process. While a score of 7 to 9 means that you think this outcome is of critical importance. Remember, this core outcome set will apply to people aged 18 years and older who are able to consent for themselves to a surgical procedure. Thank you for taking the time to participate in this important research.